This is a brief look at the stock we have late July, August 2018, and during these summer months we need to turn over as many pianos as we do in the winter months. So you'll find that the prices are at their lowest because we tend not to sell so many in the summer, and also we'll be open to some offers at the same time. Now, starting with from the top downwards really, grand pianos here. This is a Steinway model M, fully restored 1926, and has a very rich, warm sound, and the touch is like a new piano really on these, and the tone is, if anything, better with the 20s pianos, which are so excellent. This is another fully restored Steinway 1898, and they have the richest space of the lot this age of pianos. I think you'll find most technicians will agree, and the tone in the middle as well is just unsurpassed really. These are fully restored pianos. There's other videos on these top pianos. This is a new Feurich 179. It's one of our two preferred makes of new piano. The other one is Kawai, and these are very highly rated by musicians. We sell a lot of the 179 centimeters long, and again, just a quick look at the bass, and the tone generally is very well voiced. We will also spend a bit of extra time voicing them when they come in. Brand new piano. There's a Feurich 162, again brand new. We've got other videos of this Feurich 162, 161s, a very similar piano really. I just wanted to zero in here because these come, normally they come with LED lights attached, but they interfere with the pulling forwards and backwards of the music stand. So we've deliberately ordered some without these LED lights. They're slightly cheaper as a result, but the main reason is because we find the lights are impeding on the music desk, which needs to come backwards and forwards to adjust your focal length. At least I use it very much when I'm at home without my glasses and I want to adjust the focal length. This is Feurich's top quality upright piano. It has an LED light, which is fine because that's not impeding anything at all. That pulls out and is a very good idea really. We also have this fully restored Bechstein grand piano. We have actually got 4 of these in stock at the moment, which is very unusual, and we are very fond of them. We like to restore these. So it's fully restored in every detail. There's more videos about this piano. So that's a quick look at the grand pianos in our shop front showroom here. We have 2 other showrooms with grand pianos in, so we'll see those later on. Just zeroing in on uprights now, and this is a Feurich 133 upright, one of our preferred new pianos. Plenty of musicians have bought these, and they really are excellent pianos. There's other videos again of these, and then we have some Yamaha upright pianos, quite a few Yamaha U1s and U3s in stock. So again, they're at the lowest price in the summer. There's a U1 here that's been sold, and there's another U1, and we have some U3s in the workshop. Last of all, in our shop front showroom, we have this Welmar A2 in walnut, and it's pretty much pristine and a very beautiful piano. We have several Welmars in our workshop showroom, as you'll see later on, and we very much prefer this make. Alongside some others you'll see we've got that we choose because they are the very best English pianos. There's a very mellow tone that we select them very carefully. Obviously they're not very worn, and we recondition them as well. Not that they need much reconditioning. We will tune them, obviously, guarantee them for 5 years, and they have a very delicate mellow tone to them. Slightly more mellow than say a modern Yamaha, and very, very stable. There's a quick look at our grand pianos in the workshop area currently in stock. Starting with this Grotrian Steinweg 233. Sorry, it's 223 centimeters long, and as good as any concert grand piano, short concert grand really. Everything you expect. Very delicate touch and a very warm sound throughout. We have a Bechstein Model 5 grand piano, which is one of our favourite ones to fully restore. This is fully restored in great details. You can see it's immaculate inside and out. This is 2 meters long, so slightly less powerful, but wonderful sound. This is the fully restored Model 3 Bechstein Grand, and this one piano is reserved, but it's 240 centimeters long. So if you listen to the bass, obviously the longer the piano, the better the bass, but all these Bechsteins are as good a piano as you can get. I should say that there is another video of all these 3 pianos on the stock list. Now here are some more grand pianos. They're in our workshop storage area. I'm going to focus in first of all on this Bosendorfer grand, 170 centimetres long. And we often fully restore these pianos, but occasionally, like this one, we've found one that doesn't need full restoration. So we've reconditioned it. We spent a lot of time getting it right, and basically fine voicing, toning, regulating and so on. And the tone, let's see if we can pick some of that up. As a 170 grand, I don't believe there's a better piano. Steinway's probably the same sort of quality, but very, very fond of these pianos. They restore extremely well. So obviously this is less than half the price of a fully restored one. It has perfect ivory keys. So you could have it fully restored later on if you bought it, but it'll last 20 years without needing anything doing to it. Now here's a Seiler 5-foot grand piano. Same length as a Bluthner Style 4, which is much more common. And we're really grateful to get hold of this piano. It's literally just come into stock, but you can get an idea of the tone, and I'll compare it with the Bluthner, which is opposite. So if we listen to the bass end, which we can compare here, and he's pitch raising, but listen to the tone of that. And the Bluthner, it's also a very good piano, slightly different tone, but the Seiler I'm really enthusiastic about. The Seiler seem to have set out to make the very best possible grand that they can, and if you look here, this is a Celeste lever. It's very unusual to find that in a grand piano. That's obviously so you can practice without disturbing people. Let's listen to the sound without it, and now with it. So you can still play your scales and arpeggios, but won't disturb people too much. We haven't cleaned this piano up yet, but I love the way that Seiler put this decal on their grands and upright pianos. You'll find upright Seilers with that inside the piano. Nobody ever sees it except the trade. This is a longer piano. This is a Bluthner 190 centimetres long. There's another video about this piano, but we're going to fully repolish it. It's been fully restored not that long ago by Bluthners themselves. And here's another Bluthner grand piano, it's the same length. Haven't yet bought this into stock. It came in for assessment, and if you're interested in something much less expensive, it's been restored by somebody not quite as we would want it to do. We would do lots of regulation and reconditioning work, but wouldn't fully restore this one ourselves, unless you wanted us to, but it doesn't need it really. It's been restrung and it's got new hammers, just needs a lot of tidying up though. So I didn't look at the Bluthner Style 4 because this is reserved and almost definitely sold. Hopefully we'll get another one in soon because we like them very much. And finally, a 2-metre long Richard Lipp grand piano. I'm particularly fond of these. I've had 2 Richard Lipp grand pianos over a 20-year period in my home. It's one of my preferred makes, again alongside Bosendorfer and Steinway's top quality pianos. This piano is also reserved, but again, very warm sound, very light touch on this piano too. There's another video about it too. That's all the grand pianos we currently have in stock. So I think I've mentioned before that it is summer, so you'll get the very best prices. The prices tend to be lower, and we also do discounts. So please look at the website, and you can also bargain with us in the summer. It's a time when we tend to get offered the same number of pianos but sell less. This is a Steinway upright, one that we've sold before, got back into stock, and a very, very beautiful piano. So it's one of our top end pianos. This is another Richard Lipp. Again, if you're in the trade, you know how good these Richard Lipp uprights are. Some of the very best uprights ever made. We have 2 Grotrian Steinwegs in stock. I try and buy as many of these as I can. I really rate them extremely highly. We have plenty of videos on Grotrian Steinwegs. We repolish pianos too, by the way. Here's the Bluthner grand piano in our polishing room, and you can see we try and bring out the best contrasting grain that we possibly can. There's the side of the piano, and that's full of French polish, about 20 coats of 30 coats of French polish, then finished off by antique waxing. There's the underside of the lid. Here's another Grotrian Steinweg. We haven't repolished this ourselves, but the case is extremely good condition. If you go to the website to find prices on the pianos, then they're all listed in price order. This is a Bechstein Model 9 upright piano. We do buy and sell and restore a lot of Bechstein. This is just one that we've reconditioned. This has been sold before and come back into stock. It's an excellent piano. And this is a Model 10 Bechstein. Very sweet sounding. It's one of our favourite models. Again, on the website or in the video channel, you'll see quite a lot of examples of these pianos, assessing them, comparing them to others. This is another Grotrian Steinweg. It's a client's rental piano. If you want to store a piano for a certain number of years and want it to be used at the same time, then we store the piano if we are able to rent it out to our clients. And we've probably got about 30 or 40 pianos in that arrangement at the moment. In our workshop area, we've got a couple of Steinway uprights that we're restoring. This one we've French polished, as you can see. We've also restrung the piano, and we're currently working on the action. This is another Steinway upright in stock, and we put Steinway hammers, all, as you've heard on other videos, all Steinway hammers in the UK are made by Renner, and well, actually some are made by Arbel too, but not to get too complicated because I want to make a short video. But as you can see, we're reconditioning this one. So that's our older restored pianos, and just a brief look at the modern ones. Again, there's a video comparing this Hoffman here with the Yamaha next to it. This is a very top quality Bechstein Hoffman, and a Yamaha, I think this is a YUS5, and again, excellent piano. I won't play these uprights, but as I say, there are videos of them. And a Feurich, this is a Feurich which also doubles up as a silent piano. Silent pianos, by the way, if you are buying a silent piano, realise that the action isn't quite as good, although Feurich get it as good as they can in terms of the finesse on the touch. So better to buy a keyboard and a piano separately if you've got the room for them. We do also sell digital pianos. Yeah. This is a second-hand digital piano, and we don't often do second-hand digital pianos, but this is as new, and we discount second-hand ones, but new digital pianos we don't discount, though you may be able to bargain with us a little bit depending on where you live and other factors. We do new digital pianos. It's mainly Kawai and Casio. As I say, we're starting to do some second-hand ones as well, but that's a new project. But we've got new top range Casio there. Don't be fooled by the name Casio. Their top range is as good as the top ranges on the main makes, which are obviously Kawai, Yamaha, Roland. But we've chosen Kawai. We work together with Kawai. We always have done on the acoustic, so we also sell their digital pianos. Our preferred makes of new piano are Feurich, as you've seen with some of the grands, and Kawai. Now, this is a Feurich 133 uprights, their tallest one. We sold several of these to musicians in Oxford and elsewhere, and the touch, it feels like a Steinway actually. I've got a video talking about that, comparing it, and certainly a tremendously good piano. There's a couple of Kawai K200s here. We've sold quite a few of those, both privately and also to institutions. Tremendously good pianos for the size of the piano, and also being smaller, that might be better cosmetically for you, but it does produce a very rich sound, and also is less expensive as it's a smaller piano. Obviously, testing the bass we tend to do just to hear the comparison in the bass, but really all the pianos we choose for their sound in the treble. This one's slightly out of tune. I don't think it's just come into stock and not been tuned since. Mentioned the Seiler Grand earlier. This is a modern Seiler upright, and a black one next to it. Same height of piano, different colour. Again, Seiler uprights are up with the very, very best pianos. Lots of legroom on these, by the way, if you're a tall person. So I don't know if it's worth on the video trying the bass again, but you can hear the richness of that, and again the singing treble, and the touch is, I can tell you, as good as you'll get on an upright piano. We have a lot of upright pianos, the U3, and we do U3s and U1s particularly. They're the main ones that we do. Dated usually in the 1970s, 80s, as you'll find out from the trade that they're preferred in terms of tone. Sorry, that's a Kawai again, isn't it? But there's a Yamaha at the back there. No, that's not a Yamaha, it's a Petrov, sorry about that. That's a rental piano, I think. Again, it's one of those storage pianos that we have where a client, I think we sold this one, but the client had to move and consequently it's rented out. So you can see on the ticket there, you'll see on the website too, we've got several rental pianos, and you can rent that. If you rent for 10 months, then we'll take all the rental you paid off another piano. And the U1 Yamaha, I've mentioned those before, so they're very similar to each other, but you'd have to come and try. If you didn't have time to come to try the pianos, then we will try and select the best one for you. Just wanted to quickly have a look at this U1D, because U1D is different from all the others. It's not finished, we get them from Japan and we have to finish them off ourselves because it's not polyester. So there's a few defects on it. It's important to know if you're buying a U1D, which also has the Yamaha in the front there. They were just getting known on the world scene. But you can see there are a few defects, so it's important to know. But we value these so highly, the older ones are the best. And we've had, for instance, Brendel, we hired one out to him when he wanted a practice piano. They have a very rich, it's more Germanic sound. We also have this Kawai, very similar quality piano. This is also an older piano, 1961, which is very old, but very high quality again. These older Kawais again are, if anything, a richer sound than the younger ones. Now we come to the used English pianos, which we recondition, like this Welmar. As you'll see on other videos, we're very fond of Welmars and Knights. They're the two main top makes that we like to supply of. Slightly smaller, although this isn't that small. Welmars are highly regarded in the trade. There's another very similar tall Welmar, and another one here. I think there was a Welmar in our shop that I put on the video too. So it's one of the makes we try and collect and sell, and we sell a very large number of them. And Knights is the other one. There's a Knight, that's a K10 I think, so there's K10 and K20 are the most common, and again we select them very carefully, make sure they're not very used, and then recondition them as well. There's another Welmar, smaller Welmar, and yet another smaller Welmar. In the summer you can get better prices definitely, so if you want to talk to us about the price on the piano, let us know. I prefer to make a very small piano is Kemble, as you'll see on the measurements on the website, and Zender. Well, we get Zenders in occasionally. There's a huge variety of Zenders, so we have to be very careful which ones we choose. And this is a 6th octave Kemble. We like to have a 6th octave piano in stock if possible, because if you have an extremely small space, then it's better to have an acoustic piano than a digital. There's another Zender piano, and over here we have one that we don't normally have, a Wakefield Spencer. I actually went to the factory when it was open. They're very well made pianos, very sensitively made pianos. A chap called Tony Card, if you're in the trade, used to make them, and he certainly knew what he was doing. But it's not the sort of piano we normally supply. It actually was out on rental, it came back in. We rent them very inexpensively, so if you're interested in inexpensive rental, then that would be an example. It actually sounds very, very respectable. Good even tone throughout, and it's not a very used piano as well, so there's plenty of life in it and will serve you very well. A couple of pianos I nearly forgot in our in our storage area as well, and this one is a Knight, which is not as common, not a standard Knight, in a sense that Knights normally have casters protruding out the back. So this is a later Knight, slightly different tone, slightly different, but very well constructed, being a Knight piano. And I nearly forgot this piano. This is an ex-Disclavia piano. It still works. I think there's one note that doesn't work so well. We're selling it much less expensively than it would have been very expensive piano. So it does play itself. You can put discs in there, floppy disks, which we have one of, with pieces on it, and you can buy those. But it's as good as any other Yamaha and less expensive. You can see also that we're renting this one out cheaply, and there's bargaining power on this too. As I say, as it's the summer, then we do find it difficult to maintain the level of sales that we want, which should be over 15 a month. So it's the first time I made a video like this. I'm sorry there's a few errors in it, but I hope it's been helpful, and please look at our stock list, and as I say, you can bargain away in the summer because we're much more likely to reduce the price for you.